Welcome to the United Colors of Design podcast, here to open a deeper conversation about color and how it impacts your designs, art forms, mood, and journey on this planet. And now, here is your host, Amy Barroso.
All right. Hello. We are speaking today to Elvira Hopper. She is just a dream. I love Elvira. I love you, Elvira.
Love you more.
So I'm just going to read you a brief little bio so I don't mess anything up for you. Elvira Hopper is a miracle mindset coach, inspirational speaker, artistic healer, and founder of the Love Your Vibe Transformation, which is a unique personal development solution. And I have worked with Elvira as her client, and we have worked together where she's my client, and I wanted her to be a part of this team so bad. I did my little send out my vibrational signals to you. And so when we spoke, I was so excited that you were on board. So just, tell everybody what it is that you really love and what Elvira is all about.
Well, first of all, thank you, Amy. I adore you more. And I could not do what I do without your amazing graphic support behind me and just your, like heart and soul, like you believe in this mission that I'm on with all these amazing people. We're all doing it together. And you've created the most gorgeous graphics. They just make me cry. I love them so much. And they're just, you're just.
Elvira, this is about you. This is about you.
Yeah.
But thank you.
So, but that's why I wanted to be a part of this. Is I'm like, anything Amy's doing, I'm going to be a part of, right? So I just want you to really own the fact that who you are, Amy, is what you attract. And you have done such incredible work in our container and beyond, with the color mirrors and everything else that you've done, numerology, like, oh my gosh, you have so many more talents than I can ever say right here. But it's like, you're able to truly attract those that are meant to co-serve with you. When you live in aligned and authentic, as I like to say, # aligned and authentic. When we're living in that zone, our truth zone, where we're living with passion, with joy, with grace, with ease, fully self-expressed, we are miracle magnets. And that's what this mission is about, the Love Your Vibe transformation, going from crap magnet to miracle magnet. And Amy, that's what you did. And I'm watching you and I just want to cry. You're so freaking amazing. So that's why I'm here. And I believe in this mission that you're on, which is about, bringing color into, people that need these transformational tools and teachings and, inspiration that you're going to be providing in this beautiful magazine. And my particular article, which I channeled, like, it was just so beautiful because I said, okay, Spirit, tell me what to write. And I just literally wrote it like in under 10 minutes. And then I sent it to you and you were like, it's perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. And I'm like, yeah, of course it's perfect because I didn't write it. I just channeled it. But yeah, I love what came through me because it was all about, realizing that, artists can sometimes put themselves in a box, like they do this type of art and they need to stay in this box. And I want to encourage every artist that reads this magazine, every person that reads this magazine, to truly go outside that box and to think about, what are the things that they loved doing, let's say when they were kids, what are the things that, maybe they love doing, but someone told them, you're not good enough at this. Why are you even trying? Or, maybe it was a jealous person that really liked what they were doing, but they just had to say something negative because they were being triggered by their talent, right? So I just want to encourage anybody that has something that's still in them. It's in them for a reason. You were not gifted with a desire, a passion, a gift without the ability to get out of your own effing way, as I like to say, fear and ego, right? Because that's what keeps us all small and stuck. But when we get out of our own effing way and just go forward with our passions, with our gifts, with our the things that make us come alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is when the world benefits in all areas. Like other areas in our life get better, like our marriages get better, our friendships get better. We leave behind like friends that we shouldn't be with, and we attract new ones. Like all sorts of miracles happen when we get aligned and authentic and fully self-expressed. So this is why I believe I channeled this article, because it's truly what I believe every one of us as artistic, heart-centered people should be doing. We should be pushing the boundaries. We should be going outside our comfort zones. We should be exploring new things. There's so much out there, and so sometimes artists get stuck in that place. And I was telling you before we came on camera about this woman that I was speaking to in Hollywood. She's actually a very well-respected musician in Hollywood. She lives in the Hollywood Hills. And she said to me, Elvira, your story of becoming a jazz singer at 51, because that's kind of how I became fully self-expressed. I got to leave behind my corporate rock star life, making 6 figures as a pharmaceutical rep, and I crossed over to become a jazz singer at 51, where I get to sing on world-class jazz stages with Juno Award-winning artists, and I even got to perform for the mayor of my city, Mayor Bonnie Crombie, at her private 60th birthday party a few months ago. And I say that in all humbleness, because I'm just living my truth. And this woman in Hollywood, she heard me talk about becoming a jazz singer at 51. And she's like, I got to talk to you. And when I told her my story of how I lived out of alignment, and then I had the courage to, through a breakdown, I did suffer for a couple of years with mental health issues and being bullied. But it was my biggest gift, because it got me out of this inauthentic life to live my truth.
Yep.
And when she heard that, she was so inspired to say, okay, so I'm doing this type of music, but I want to be a jazz singer too. And I said, you totally can. And so she actually is thinking about possibly becoming a facilitator of my system one day, because she wants to help others to take off their ego mask, to live their truth, to be all they're supposed to be. And that is my mission in this lifetime. My vision for the world is that we're all living aligned and authentic, fully self-expressed from our heart and soul, not from our ego. And my mission, how I help us get there, is by the Love Your Vibe transformation, which is this personal development solution, my one-on-one coaching. At the highest level, my husband and I are co-creating a series of global retreat centers to serve the top 1% of the planet, to understand these mindset shifts that need to happen if the planet is to thrive. People can't be living from their ego. And these 1%ers, a lot of them are living from their ego. We want them to realize that they're here to make the world better in a way that only they can. And when they get out of their own effing way, they will self-express in a whole new way that will save the world. Well, it'll help the world in some way. And if we're all doing this work together, we're all doing the personal development work, we're all becoming our best, most aligned and authentic selves, the world is going to benefit. Imagine a world, Amy, where we're all living aligned and authentic and fully self-expressed from our heart and soul, not from our ego. What kind of world do you think that would be?
Well, it would be an amazing world to live in. I think, a lot of people feel they have to put that mask on for their parents or for their friends or for their, the colleagues at work, or the sort of pigeonhole that they've been stuck in. I know for me, I've been in that graphic artist pigeonhole, right?
Yeah.
And then when I started to, when I had my divorce and, all that stuff happened, I kind of went into this cocoon, and then eventually emerged with, maybe I need to do some, some spiritual healing stuff. But for me to make that transformation, not transformation, but just add it to my toolbox of ways to express myself, I felt it was really hard to embrace it, because Amy's a designer, and so, like you said, like,
you're in that box.
I'm in this box, and who am I to venture out of that box and see what else is out there? So I love how you have supported me in being able to explore other things that I wanted to get into. But eventually, you know, most recently during all this COVID time, which is the Black conversation, this issue
Yeah.
is the United Colors of Design magazine has a new way of doing their issues. And so we're doing it by color. The first issue
Yeah.
is all about Black. And it was a little bit scary for me to do that because in the energy system that I work with, the color energy system, Black is about, you know, power and where you're hiding your power and where you might be hiding your creativity so that you're not being visible on this planet. And then the other side of that conversation is, you know, what happens when you go into that void and, you know, a rebirth is about to happen. So, you know, I think in mindset, you have to be willing to, like you are, sit with someone while they're in that void and hold their hand and say, you know what? There's that little glitter. There's that little sparkle. Why don't you follow that? And it'll lead you out of here to something so much more. So, you know, when you signed on, I was so excited because I feel like mindset and the Black metaphor that we're talking about here just works so well together because you're essentially the, you know, the doula of this magazine and the guide to helping people get out of their own effing way, like you say, which essentially is the void. Like you're sitting in there wondering what the hell, and we've all been sitting there, you know, in COVID. So what have you been doing to stay creative in this sort of cloud that we're all under?
Right. Exactly. Oh, are you asking me that?
Yeah, I am.
To stay creative. Oh, well, my creativity gets expressed through a few different ways. So I'm a sound healer. So, you know, I'm a jazz singer, but I'm a jazz singer turned sound healer. So I'm finding that in this time, there's so much anxiety and so much unknown that I'm helping people heal, facilitate their healing, because people heal themselves. I don't heal them. Facilitate their healing through sound healing. And I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see my little sound healing setup over here. So this little setup here, believe it or not, it's so special. And I'm doing a lot of Zoom sound baths, and I just love it because I'm able to truly channel the sounds, the songs, the messages that Spirit wants me to share to help people really connect with their authentic heart and soul. And when they do that and they're relaxed, they can heal, because when we relax, our bodies heal themselves. And so I actually work with this very cool organization. They've hired me. I'm one of the few people that they've hired. Most people are just volunteers for this organization. It's called Hart Hospice, and they've hired me to be their official sound. They call me a vibrational therapist because I work with vibration and I help people to feel better. I can't call myself a sound healer in their organization because people that they're working with are actually dying. So you can't say that you're a healer because they're actually dying. So imagine the joy I get in being able to be creative and to channel songs to help people that are dying. Like, what a privilege that is. And also people that are grieving, people that have died, or people that are going. So it's like these sounds provide the ability for people to just really, you know, sleep well. People tell me that they have the best sleep of their lives after these sessions, and they just calm down, you know. And right now during COVID, Amy, it's such an amazing gift to have and to be able to express myself. So that's probably where I have the most fun expressing myself. But I'm also doing jewelry. So I'm a jewelry designer. And actually have a few projects over here on the go. Yes, you're wearing one of my pieces. Yeah. Here's a couple of pieces. Like, I don't know if you can see this. These are just some of my little boxes of jewelry, items that I like, elements that I put together and I create for my clients. So I do sessions with them that includes one of my sessions, really cool. It's called the VIP Miracle Intensive, and it's a 3-hour kick-ass session. And part of it, there's sound healing involved, there's coaching, and there's also creating a talisman, a piece of jewelry that will allow them to hold on to it, and then they get to remember that transformation that we had in that session.
Amazing.
And
That's
so
amazing.
Yeah.
Truly,
so that's how I'm expressing myself. Yeah.
That's you connecting like every single part of your creative mind and soul, and like who, you know, this, I wrote an article about standing out, right? So there's quite a few sound healers on the planet. There's quite a few mindset mentors on the planet. There's jewelry makers on the planet. But in order for you to stand out, you have to find a way to connect things that don't make sense necessarily, or that don't really, you think, oh, maybe they don't go together. So that program that you created, I thought was genius, because you've got the sound bath, you've got the mentoring, you've got the mindset, you've got the jewelry, and you've just put this package together that nobody else on the planet has. And that's what I was saying. Create something that nobody else on the planet has.
Yes. That's authentic to you.
Yes.
That's authentic to you. It's like, I wasn't given all these gifts and these talents. Well, gift, talent, same thing. I wasn't given these passions, these interests, these talents for no reason.
Yeah.
I was given them to put them together in a unique way, a creative way that's uniquely my own, to serve those that I meant to serve. And that's what you're doing, Amy. You've got all these beautiful things that you've done, and you've brought them together. And now this magazine allows you to express every piece of yourself. You know, you've got the color mirrors, you've got the graphic arts, you've got the numerology, the woo-woo, the spirituality, right? You're bringing it all together, and you're allowing people to shine bright in their thing so that they get to serve the world through this beautiful magazine that you're doing. Like, it's freaking brilliant, Amy. And it's what happened when you got aligned and authentic and fully self-expressed. It's like, no more playing small. I'm not in this box. Like, there is no box, right? That's what you did. You became like this brand new position at your last company, you know, like director of joy. How freaking cool is that? You created that, right? And now you're doing this beautiful magazine, and it's like, honestly, I could talk about this all day. So what else do you want to ask?
Okay, so I'm just looking at your article here.
Okay.
And I don't know if we've kind of touched on it, but I don't want to give Elvira's complete article away, but the beginning of her article was like, whoa. So,
by the way, sorry, I'm just putting my logo here that you created, so I just have to show that to you. It's on a mug. Isn't that great?
That's
awesome. It says,
awesome.
Elvira, you're a miracle magnet. All of my miracle mindset mentors have one of these. Anyways,
Awesome.
Sorry, keep going. I cut you off there.
Yeah, so Elvira is issuing a challenge to our readers and now to the viewers of this interview series, and also we'll be converting this to a podcast too. So no matter what platform you're listening on, this is her challenge. And it is, are you showing up as an artist in one area of your life or every area of your life? So that's a question that that Elvira is posing to you. So take a really good look at that. Is there anything you want to like help people if they're just sitting here going, what do you mean? Is there in one area? I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I'm a singer. You know, we did talk about like going out of your box, but how do you get the courage to get out of that box?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody that wants to understand what that means to them. Like if they're drawn to this energy, you know, this conversation, the article, maybe there's something in it for them. And I'm willing to have a, very complimentary conversation. I call it a miracle life breakthrough call. So if you know that you're here for more, and you are here to express yourself in a bigger way, let's have a chat. I actually, if you want, there's a link for it. We can put that on here.
I will put the link at the end of the program here so that people can click on it. That is extremely awesome of you to offer that to people, because sometimes you just need to bounce an idea off someone, or at least get validation that you're not going loco in the cabeza.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes say that again, sorry.
Like if I'm an artist, can I turn into a healer? If I'm an artist, can I turn into a singer? You know, like who am I to have these things? I went to school, I have a degree in art or design or fashion, whatever, right? But how do you become the only one on the planet that can add that to something else? And yes, it's possible, right? And Elvira was the one who, you know, we were having our conversation one day in a coaching session, and she's like, I was, you know, being my whiny self about woe is me stuff. And she's like, listen, like, just shut up. What do you want to do? And I said, I just want to be the director of joy somewhere, for crying out loud. Can't that be a thing? And she's like, then do it. And something as simple as that conversation, then just do it. I'm like, I can't do it. There's no jobs on Indeed that say Director of Joy, Elvira. What are you doing? You're crazy. And so I just allowed that to be an option. And within 2 weeks, I was the Director of Joy of a financial company. And, I'm not I know that you say you channel stuff, but the stuff that you are channeling comes out in a practical way to be able to help people, really hear what their soul is calling for. And then okay, so just do it. I'm behind you. Everyone I know is behind you. I will help you. Yeah. Now you just have to find the lady balls or the man balls to go out and do it. And so I really strongly encourage you to take advantage of this little offer that Elvira is putting out there, because she is transformational when you speak to her. So thank you so much, Elvira.
Thank you.
I can't wait for our readers to get to know you better. I know this is the inaugural edition, the Black edition of United Colors of Design. But we will be taking you on a journey. Elvira will be taking you on a journey, and each and every columnist will be, offering their wisdom, their nuggets of wisdom to you, and let's just build this, oh my God, joy-filled community, and open up a deeper conversation about color and how it affects your design and your art and your moods and
your soul.
And your soul.
Yeah.
So exciting. Thank you so much, Elvira. Is there anything you want to say before we close up?
Wow. Oh my God. I could just talk like this all day. These are the conversations that I live on. I thrive in them. And I just want to say congratulations, Amy. What a joy and honor and a privilege to be a doula in this beautiful new baby that you're giving birth to. And I just know it's gonna help the world in a beautiful way, in a different way, in a most creative way. And I just want to serve in whatever way I'm meant to. So anyone that resonates with me, please have them come to me. But just know that you have me 1,000% in your camp, and I'm cheering you on. And I wish you the very best. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much. Okay, stay tuned for our next interview. We're coming at you with a series of columnists that are in the magazine. So we'll be getting to them soon. Thank you.
Great. Take care, guys. Bye.
To connect with Elvira Hopper, please visit her website at www.elvirahopper.com, where you'll find information on all of her programs, her divinely inspired jewelry, sound healing sessions, and so much more.
Thank you for listening to the United Colors of Design podcast, connecting all designers and creatives through our shared love of color, with your host, Amy Barroso.